Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany, I'm the Tipsy Artist, and today I am so excited. I got some new markers in the mail. This is from a company called NuSoulra, and this is their Soul Pro Pack. 240 markers. This is actually pretty heavy and so substantial and beautiful and so well organized. So we're going to take a look here. So we just lift up the top, so that's real easy. And then there is this lovely chart, and it is all organized by number. And then as you look inside, this is an artist's dream. This is absolutely gorgeous. All these beautiful colors. And then I was so pleased when I went to the box, pulled out one, opened it, loaded, ready to go. So I cannot tell you what an extreme joy that is right from the start. Typically when you open up paint markers, they are white and you have to beat them to death on this side. It is super annoying, and sometimes they never come out and they never work, and it's really annoying. These are ready to go right from the start. So that made me a huge fan right away. All right, so I'm gonna put on my little peepers here, and we're gonna do a couple little tests. So this is super fun. All right, so I'm gonna show you some of the fun stuff that I've been working on. And this is just acrylic paint on canvas. These are acrylic paint markers, so beautiful. So this is, what's really great is that you can do precision work. You can do little like lines. Look at that, it comes right out. I'm gonna come closer. So I'm gonna do a little like flower, just real simple. Okay, little fun leaf. You know, so that is just an amazing thing right there. You could do a little heart. How cute is that? You could write, all right, so let's take another one that's got a little bit more space. So let's say we want to write the word love. All right, so that's super cute. And then we want a little heart up here. Beautiful. All right, so man, I am a huge, huge fan of these. All right, so now we're going to go, and pink is my jam. Pink is my favorite color. All right, so again, brand new, right out of the box, ready to go. And then we're gonna do like a real cute little flower. And I'm just going to do the shape. It's very bright. It's really opaque, which means it covers really well. And then we're just going to color that in. Make sure I'm in the shot here. That is gorgeous. I love this. All right, so we've got our beautiful pink. And then let's go with something a little darker. Let's do some red over the top. So we're going to outline that. Oh my God, that's so fabulous. Got that red and pink trend going. Beautiful vibes. Let's do a little center. How cute is that? All right, we've got all kinds of fun stuff here. So that gives you an idea of what it looks like on canvas, okay? Then, which is gorgeous, it looks just like acrylic paint, which is amazing. Then you've got, let's say you're doing a little wine glass. You could do it with, of course, acrylic paint, but we're doing acrylic markers here. So this is what's fabulous about this. You could have precision. So let's do a real fun little green. And we're going to go ahead and do a leaf. How fun, how fun. Oh my gosh, look at that. So pretty. So, so pretty. Okay. So it just works with such fluid lines and great coverage over the top of that wine glass surface. Absolutely beautiful, love it. All right, now, trucker hats, woo! Okay, so these are fun, trending in this world of crafting. And let's do, I don't know, what's a different color? What do we got here? Something. To me, it just looks like turquoise. So we're just gonna call it turquoise. I'm probably too blind to see it. It's not their fault. All right, so I'm gonna color into this beautiful bow. All right, very breakfast at Tiffany's here with our beautiful turquoise bow. So we have really great coverage here. And I love it. By the way, this black line I did earlier, that was just with a Sharpie, but so I was doing a trace. But this is their line with the beautiful paint marker. And we have solid coverage there. So that is gorgeous. We love that. Super beautiful. And then what's really great, it's really hard to paint on trucker hats to make lettering. That's a lot harder to do, especially for beginners. So what's going to be great is using color with these painted markers to make lettering here. So I'm just gonna try all these different colors. Let's try something that's like a purple. All right, so we're going to do some love here. All right, and it does take, I do have to go over it more than once, and that has a lot to do with the surface area of the hat. The hat is pretty porous, but you can see I just went over it twice and it has full coverage. So that is a beautiful thing here. I love it. We're gonna write the word love because we love it. All right, here we go. And E. Gorgeous, fabulous. All right, and then we have our cowgirl hats that are also trending. So again, acrylic paint markers become really handy when you're doing precision work. So let's go ahead and try a different, oh my gosh, so many different colors. Like I'm just trying to, I'm overwhelmed with options. This is so pretty, it's like a mint green. All right, so we're gonna do a fun little leaf off to the side. We have beautiful coverage right away with this. Right away. Covers perfectly. Lots of precision. There's our fun little leaf. Can you see it? I'm gonna do another color that's quite a bit darker so you can really see it on there. Let's go red. Let's do a fun little heart here. Okay, so got our heart. I'm just coloring this in. And I'm going to come on the side of the marker too, and that will really help work in that beautiful color. But I am so incredibly thrilled with how they cover and how they immediately start to work right out of the tube. That is fabulous. All right, and then I have a big canvas back here that I'm going to be working on. And so we saw this close up, large canvas back here. You can also use these markers. They work really well on the big canvas area too. Who's seeing this? Hey, we've got options here. All right, let's go with a bright pink. And we're going to work into, this is our fun little butterfly. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I love this so much. And I do a lot of mixed media work, so this is going to be absolutely fantastic for working in those details. But that has amazing, amazing coverage. I'm gonna pull that a little bit closer. And you can just see, man, it is just coming on super thick. I love it so much. All right, so this gives you a really diverse offering of how these markers work on all of these surface areas. And I am absolutely in love with these. So again, let's talk about what these are called. NuSoulra and Color your soul. I love it. Acrylic markers. This is the Soul Pro pack, 240 pieces. Very heavy and substantial, very organized. Great box. It's beautiful. I love it. I highly recommend it. Y'all have a gorgeous day and go out there and get creative. Toodles.